Hello, how are you all?
Good. How are you?
Awesome, doing well. It's good to see you all faces. Smiling, I like that. I love it. Matter of fact, I love it. It's awesome. Great Sunday, huh? There you go. There you go.
Anyone can start. What have you just seen out of Lindsay Allen in the point guard position over these last 3 games?
Incredible question. She's a leader. You know, when you need that floor general, that one who steers the ship in the way the ship should be steered, and she does that. She does it very well. Knows how to get everyone involved and knows when to inject herself. Those things are very important, but she also starts everything for us on the defensive side of the ball as well. Leadership.
Does today feel different at all?
Oh, I'm alive and well. So no, it's a game. We know, we understand what it means to us. You know, that's the difference. We understand what this game means. We know how we got to go out and play. Those are the things that's important to us, is how well we're going to go out and execute our plan. That's the most important thing to us.
And when you say what it means to you, you mean getting the win? What do you mean when you say?
Absolutely. We need to get in that column and stay in that column. But there's a way that you do that. There's a way that you do it, and we want to do it in the right way of how we go win games by executing the plan for 40 minutes. 40 minutes of basketball is important to us.
You've seen Indiana so many times over the last just like 3 weeks. They've got some young stars. What have you seen out of that relationship between Caitlin Clark and Alina Boston? Are you seeing that kind of grow from game to game?
Yeah, anything takes time. It takes time for it to grow, and you have to have patience with it. And as they're moving forward game by game, and they probably played the most games out of all of us in the season. So there's growth in there. They're understanding each other, and when you start to understand each other, something good always comes out of it. Something good is going to always come out of it. So they're learning one another.
You've been part of one of the best rivalries as a player in kind of history of the Dub. How much stock do you kind of put into the concept of, like, especially with this, with like a regional rivalry between two teams that are so close together geographically? How much stock do you put into that, and that brings like a different edge into some of these games?
Oh, we haven't done anything to consider anything a rivalry. We don't consider it a rivalry. It's a game that we must go out and play hard, play smart, play together, and go get a win. We don't see it as a rivalry. We don't. We see it as a game that we got to go out and win. We recognize how close we all are in distance, but it's about us trying to get better every game. That's the way we're approaching every game. Every single game is how we're approaching this. Let's get out and go get better every single day.
Coach, it feels like all of these games, these matchups, and it's the third one, we were just broken new records for ratings. It's obviously captivating. How do you want your players to respond when the spotlight is going to be on this?
It's a heck of a question. You know, all eyes are definitely up on it. Incredible viewership, the energy, the enthusiasm that's in the gym. It's electric. We just have to be poised. And one thing that we always talk about is keeping a cool head in a hot game. And that's exactly what it's like. You know, the arena gets noisy, whether it's for you or against you. It's all about the composure. Be composed in this type of a situation and just execute your plan. But the plan has to be executed for 40 minutes. We talk about 40 minutes of play. That's exactly where we want to be. Playing for 40 minutes, being composed and keeping a cool head in a hot game.
When you look back at the film of those last 2 games, what are some things that kind of stood out to you that you wanted to improve on heading into this third matchup?
Well, we always talk about our offensive execution. It's been really, really important to us of executing value in possessions, defending without fouling, keeping them off the foul line, giving ourselves a chance down the stretch, and then executing that defensive plan for 40 minutes. That defensive plan is going to be important. You know, the trust and belief in it is important for 40 minutes of basketball. This is a tough team. So you have to be alert and aware of all situations for 40 minutes of basketball.
Coach, before the season, you spoke about wanting to get out in Chicago and identify the pieces of the city that you want to translate to this team's identity because you want the sky to feel like Chicago. A little over a month into the season, what characteristics of Chicago do you feel are most tangibly present that you're building the team?
Complementing, if that makes sense. There's a rich history here. Rich history, sports history. You don't want to compete against it. You want to complement it. It's a lot that we want to be a part of. And that's who we are. Chicago Sky wants to complement the sports history here. And how do we do that? The product between the 4 lines: compete, play hard, go out and win every single day. We represent this organization. We represent the city in the right way. Yeah. Sometimes that can work for you or against you. depending on the momentum that you have. But most teams are going to need a break. You need a moment. But a lot of times these breaks you really don't want the break. You want to kind of keep the momentum going, keep the growth going, keep everybody together, continue to work together, get all the practices that you can. But it is a break that we have to be a part of. But we want to utilize it in the right way. We want to do things in the right way, give them the break that they possibly need. The body needs a break. It's a very physical game that we play. Give them that break and then come back and ready to go. Continue to build on the momentum that we're building.
They haven't talked about many figure out anyone to be. What sort of talent is that for your defense?
It presents a lot. She's very, very good at it. She has incredible vision. She understands how to allow things to materialize. So we have to be aggressive and try to get that ball out of our hands as quick as we possibly can, allow other people to make decisions.
Coach, on the other side of the ball, the Fever are riding a 4-game win streak coming into today. The defense really stepped up to another level in that 4-game win streak. Is that changing anything that you want to do offensively out there in the court today?
You just have to execute. Every team is going to step up defensively. Every team is going to get better as they go. The stretch in this season, you're going to get better. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. But the execution of everybody scouts you. Everybody knows what you run. But it's not about running plays. It's about executing plays. And there's a lot that goes into execution. So we want to be better at execution. And if we do that, we give ourselves a chance. Thank you.
When after 2 games in Indiana and seeing that environment, what's your expectation for today's environment? Have you gotten any text calls from friends, family about excitement about today's game?
This is Chi-Town. Come on, Andy. Oh, Andy, you already know what it's going to be like. This is Chi-Town. And that's another piece that's so important, of the support. Support it's been absolutely amazing. And we truly appreciate it. So the energy they're going to bring into this building, we want it to just continue to pour in us as we try to bring that same energy to them.
So, I know she's been dealing with big injuries. What's kind of her projection like?
Yeah, she's still dealing with it, but she has an incredible heart. She does not in any way want to remove herself. She wants to be in there with her teammates, and there's a lot of respect for what she brings. It's a lot of respect for who Diamond is, and she's really pushing to get herself healthy, so she'll be able to do the things that she knows she's capable of doing. But she's not removing herself. She's going to give everything that she has.
Angel had a very high ranking in the early returns for All-Star fan voting. Just wondering, for you, from her perspective as her coach, what do you think would make her a top quality candidate for an All-Star?
I think every time that she steps on the floor, she proves herself. She's getting better. She's getting better. She's getting better. She does things that's incredible. You look at her and you see the way that she rebounds the basketball. That's all-star status. The way that she goes, that's elite. She's elite at what she does, and then she's growing. She's growing around the rim. She's growing around the rim of how to finish against these incredible post players that she's playing against. The veterans that they are, the savviness that they have, the strength and power and experience that they have, and she's learning quickly. She has what it takes to be an all-star. She performs like one. We have plenty of others that perform like one too.
Last few, Elizabeth, has she undergone surgery yet? And is that the plan before the Olympic break? Or what's the timing?
Not yet. She hasn't undergone surgery yet, but she will be in a few days.
Oh,
yes.
Last couple. Speaking of the energy in the ring today, what has been your favorite way that Chicago has embraced you in this team so far?
It's that they're here. They're here, and they show up in numbers. They show up in numbers.
Good way that you've watched the team come into their own so far.
I think I say this every time: is we're still growing. We're still growing. We're still learning each other. We've had to do it at a really fast pace, being so young, and new to each other. But we're doing it, and we're embracing it. We're embracing what's necessary for it to be done. And there's a lot that goes into what's necessary for it to be done. So we're embracing it. They're embracing it every single day. Thank you.
Anyone? Thanks, Coach.
I appreciate you all. Have fun today. Like I always tell you, enjoy it like I am. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.